welcome back to my channel. My name is Kwan and this is the Future Mrs. Husband channel. Period. I know that I have not been posting for a while, or that I haven't posted for a while, and I truly apologize for leaving you high and dry, because a lot of the DMs and text messages and inboxes that I get, people are like, oh no, you did not leave us, oh, no, how dare you. And I'm so sorry that I didn't give you the heads up, but I intentionally had to isolate myself and really just spend time with my family, spend time with myself, ground myself a little bit more, find myself just a little bit more. And this was definitely something that I needed to do, okay? And on the great side, maybe it's because God called me to. He was like, child, I need to talk to you, and I need you to just forget about everything else in the world and come to me and talk to me. So I've definitely been spending more time with God, and it's been such a beautiful time with him, and so many revelations that came forth. I'm just so happy. I'm in a really good space. Right now. And I'm trying to somewhat keep my voice down because, well, the kids are sleeping, but I'm doing so well, and I'm so happy to be back. But once again, I truly apologize for just going AWOL and not really letting you know. But I'm happy that you are with me today. I hope and pray that you are doing well. I hope and pray that work is good. I pray that the kids are good, the husband is doing well, your partner is doing well, the family is being blessed. But also, if you are watching this video right now and you have breath in your lungs, honey, you are blessed. Okay, because especially with the crazy times that we're in right now, you are so blessed. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and just be supportive of me once again, and just do the right thing, please. We know this, class is in session, okay? Make sure that you like, that you comment, and that you subscribe to this channel. There is a button here that says subscribe. Click on it until it turns gray and it says subscribe. You know this, okay? And also, my nails look very crusty. Please send me money so I can do my nails. Okay, so let's get right into the video, my loves. As you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be sharing with you. I'm so loud. Kids are sleeping. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to share with you just a few things that I would tell my younger self. A great shout out to my favorite. Oh my God, I just love her so much. I don't know her personally, but I would love to meet her, because there's just something about this woman's energy that just draws me in. Purpose by Martha. She actually recorded this video not so long ago with a wife on a budget, or that's her Instagram handle. Please do support those queens, by the way. Yeah, they recorded a video on just a few lessons that they would lessons or things that they would tell their younger selves, you know. And that honestly inspired me. Obviously it was a while back, but it inspired me to also record the same video for my channel, because we have grown so much. I have grown so much, and I have come such a long way. And the way that I perceived life at the age of 15, for example, is obviously not the same way that I perceive life now at the age of 32. I turned 32 a few days ago. But yes, obviously so much that has happened in my life, so much growth, so much loss, but also so many beautiful lessons that I have also taken from my journey till this point. So I'm going to share with you probably 10 things that I would tell my younger self, and hope and pray that, you know, the next generation of women to come after us, when they watch these videos and listen to these lessons, that they would just, you know, have it not much easier than we had it, but just really have more beautiful journeys. Not that we didn't have, but just take advice from an older sister. Like, girl, I've been through it, okay, and I overcame it, and I know that you want to get through it too. But it will be just great for you to keep these lessons probably close to your heart, so that the next time you find yourself in a certain situation, you will just know how to act better, so to say, right? When you know better, a lot of the times you do better. Yeah. But anyway, my loves, let's get right into this video. I'm going to try to make this video not too long, because a very good friend of mine did advise me that he struggles to just watch videos that are really too long. So let's get right into it, right? So now the first thing that I would tell myself, or my younger self, that is that you are enough. How many of us can actually look back on our journeys or our lives and just be like, damn, I really wish I knew that I was enough just the way that I am back then, you know? It's just a lot of things that happened in my life, you know, be it the spaces that I allowed myself to be in, or the people that I had around me, that I honestly just was like a sponge, for example, that I just honestly absorbed all of that, and it just molded me into a person that I knew I was not meant to be in the first place, you know. But yeah, I just never felt good enough. I just never felt enough, you know. I always felt like I had to do more so that people around me accept me, and I think that's where it is with acceptance and validation, that I honestly seeked validation and acceptance from so many people around me, and a lot of those people that I had around me didn't care for me. You understand? So even if they were pleased with what I was doing or whatever it is, they wouldn't really show it, because they kind of wanted to put me in a space where I would constantly doubt and question everything that I was doing, right? So yeah, I'll definitely tell myself that you are enough just as you are. It might be that you're just in the wrong space. I was definitely in the wrong spaces for a very long time. But good enough, I definitely am, okay? So another thing that I would tell myself, or my younger self, is to be more kind and compassionate towards myself. It's something that I still struggle with, but I definitely struggled with being kind to myself and just having a little bit more compassion for myself like I did for other people. I had this, still do, working on it, where I always try to make sure that everyone around me or people in my life are okay before I get to me. Do you understand? Like, you spend so much time and so much energy on other people and making sure that they're good and showing them love and compassion and all these other things, that when it comes to taking care of yourself, you just don't have enough left, because you use so much of your energy on other people, right? But yeah, I was definitely very hard on myself. I think it also ties in with me feeling like I'm not good enough, where I always felt like I had to do more and more and push myself and spread myself thin. Yeah, I was very hard on myself, and it's still something that I definitely struggle with, because when you've been so accustomed to dealing with things in a certain way, or probably sometimes seeing things in a certain way, it's very difficult for you to let go of that habit, you know. But I am definitely in a space where I'm more kind to myself. I know when to basically just put a stop to certain things. I have more compassion for myself right now, more than I definitely had back then. So being kind to myself with the choices that I make, number one, with the words that I speak to myself. Oh my God, you cannot imagine how long it took for me to let go of the negative self-talk that was in this head of mine. It took me such a long time, and I know that through this whole journey, I'm definitely grateful for all the things that I have gone through, because number one, they've made me the woman that I am, but also I've just learned and grown so much through this journey. There's so much unlearning that I've done, praise God, and there's just, you know, unbecoming that so much unbecoming that I've done to become the woman that I truly want to be. Okay, so that is obviously a woman who is the best version of herself, who is healthy, who's happy, who just loves herself all around, who's kind to herself, and who shows herself so much compassion on a daily. Okay, so another thing, sorry loves, I have my notebook here. So another thing that I would tell my younger self is to know my worth. Like, always know your worth. As a young woman, I struggled with this a lot, and what this did in turn was that I ended up being in spaces that I had no damn business being in, be it friendships, platonic relationships, or romantic relationships, whatever it is, it put me in that space because I didn't recognize my worth then. Yeah, let me tell. I think I need to do, okay, I'm obviously gonna start doing some story times, but sometimes when I think back to the people that I was friends with, the people that I dated, I'm just trying to figure out what was I on? Because what the hell? Especially the people I dated. Child. No. Just no. And you're just like, oh my word, had I known my worth sooner. There are so many people. Okay, that obviously sounds like a big number, but there's just people that I've been in relationships with or just been involved with that I know would never have stood a chance. You know, when you are in a space where you don't know your worth, you start entertaining the wrong people, they do very minimum, like bare minimum things that sort of like entice you only because you don't know your worth. And thank God that I am not that woman anymore. But younger me needed so much love. Younger me just had such a big void in her that she ended up entertaining these people to fill that void, and all it did was just destroy me more and more. I'm gonna do follow-up videos on this and I'll explain more in detail, but always know your worth. Because you know, when you, and I feel like I'm rambling like I always do, but also when you know your worth, you know when your time in something is up, then you can easily walk away. And I have admitted this to you guys that I definitely, growing up, I struggled to let go of just certain situations that I knew did not serve me, that I had no business being in, but I held on to it because of my own insecurities that I had and all of those things, right? But either way, always know your worth. You are all that and so much more. And if you saw yourself through the eyes of your creator, like, you will just be like, nah man, I gotta be here, there's nothing for me here, okay? But yeah, something else that I would also tell my younger self is to let them go. And also because when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. I'm the type of person, like I said early on, I show a lot of compassion to other people and I would always forget about myself. And when someone would do something to me that was hurtful for me, I would be the one apologizing for that. Make it make sense. I would be the one apologizing for that actually happening, or that person actually doing that to me. And yeah, then I would just struggle to let go of these people, and I would just be like, the whole, you know, compassionate thing comes into play right now, because I would be like, no, you know, they're human, I just need to understand them more, and people make mistakes and whatever. But to a certain extent, it's true. You know, there are certain people that would make mistakes, realize that they made a mistake or that they hurt you, and that they actually pull up and make sure that they don't hurt you, or hurt you another time or whatever it is. But then there are certain people that kind of do certain things to us, and regardless of how much you cry to them and you heard me this and oh, how dare you, you know, I cared for you, these people never change because they actually just don't give a damn. Do you understand? So yeah, I definitely gave a lot of people a lot of passes because of that. And I just really struggled to let go of them, you know, because I felt like if I have someone in my life and I have their attention and all of that, like, I had to fight tooth and nail to keep that attention, and I would hold on to situations that just drained me, that broke me, situations where, like I said, I just had no business being in, you know. So yeah, I would tell my younger self, just know your worth. Rounding everything up that I've said right now, know your worth, be kind to yourself, you are enough, let them go, okay? You know, you need to have a certain standard on how you do things in your life, and if you don't have that standard, it's very easy for people to standard boundaries, whatever it is, it's very easy for people to walk in and out of your life and treat you however they want to, because clearly you don't really care much for yourself, okay? But yes, another thing that I would tell my younger self is to stop giving people so much access to me. Okay, I think everything that I've mentioned right now just explains what I just said right now. Stop giving people so much access to you. I am the type of person that if I click with you, then you are my person. We are, you know, just lunch here and dinner there and hangouts there. I used to be that person, and just, you know, give you so much access to me and my life and everything about me and all of that. And honestly, all I did was just put myself in a situation where I became very fragile, so to say, to these people, because like I said, a lot of these people didn't really have good intentions for me anyway, you know. So it was very easy for them to kind of play me, use me, or whatever it is for their own benefit, because I gave them so much access to me. But then also just tying in with everything that I said, knowing your worth would make it so much easier for you to not give everything, everything and everyone access to you, okay? But we live and learn. We live and learn, and we are grateful for the lessons, only because everything that I have gone through, I know for a fact that there is going to be a young girl that will watch this video one day and just learn from, not my mistakes per se, but yeah, just my life journey and whatever it is that I'm sharing today, okay? But yes, another lesson or something else that I would tell my younger self is to say no more often. Ooh, I have always spread myself so thin because I was just unable to say no when I had to or needed to say no. Be it in work environments where I felt that if I say no, I cannot assist you with this task right now, then I'm going to be, you know, sort of like, how do I say it? Sort of like just not accepted in, you know, because there are cliques wherever you go, you know. And I started working at a very young age, you know. So yeah, like in one of my first corporate job, actually, there was like a clique in the department. So in order for you to somewhat be a part of that clique, you kind of had to, I don't know, just somewhat suck up to the big dogs, as they refer to themselves, or whatever it is. So, you know, even if work was given to me, I would have such a hard time saying no, even if I knew that I couldn't really do that at the time, because I have a lot of work to do on my end, to the point where they would leave early and I'll be stuck in the office till probably like 8 at night, or in the evening, sorry. And I'm basically just working on other people's work just to make sure that it's actually handed in on time the next morning. You know, just things like that. How the audacity for me to do that to myself, honestly. But you know, those are things that I did, okay? So, and just, I think it just boils down to just wanting to be accepted, okay? And just knowing that you have so much on your plate, you don't even really have a lot of energy to complete what is required of you, but then you are out there helping other people to finish and reach their goals. And then when you come back to yourself, like I said before, you just don't have a lot of energy or even resources to actually finish what is required from you. Child, learn from my mistakes. Learn to say no more often. It's going to give you a peace of mind. It's going to save you so much drama. It's going to, you're not going to be burned out as much as I have been burned out for the most part of my life. You know what I mean? So please just say no as much as you can. Stand up for yourself, because that is a boundary that you have, and people are going to address you and treat you according to those boundaries that you set for yourself. Like, let people know that if Shani says no, she means no. Opuo, we move on. Do you understand? Not trying to convince you or whatever it is. Learn to say no more often, trust me. But then yes, the next thing that I would tell my younger self is to go to therapy. Okay? If you've watched my videos before, listened to my radio show, whatever it is, you would know that I have struggled with mental health for quite a long time, or a big part of my life, and also didn't really get the help that I needed sooner. And I wish that I knew as much as I know now, because I know for a fact that, oh my God, it would have saved me from so much heartache, you know. But yes, definitely go to therapy. I used to be the type of person that would freely just share things about my life with people. It's just so crazy, you know. I would just openly share and share and share, and then later on you get to realize that, man, I've been the one sharing in these relationships or friendships that I was in, and I've been friends with these people for so many years, but there's so many things that I still don't know about them because they just don't really share as much, you know. But I think it's also because growing up the way that I did, and a lot of the experiences and traumas that I actually went through, I didn't really have an outlet. You understand? Like, I didn't really have someone that I could easily run to that was just my designated person that I would go to and go talk to, which meant that I used to bottle things up. So when I was in a space where I felt like, oh, I can actually talk about this and release this, I will just let it go, you know? And it just so happened that sometimes you share things with certain people and you think that you can trust the person because, damn, you share things with me and I would never tell nobody about your business. But it just so happens that whatever it is that I share with you, you run and tell everybody about my business. And it's just the betrayals that actually came from things like that. It was just a lot for me to take in at one point, you know. But I would definitely tell my younger self to go to therapy, get the help from a professional, and also just be better equipped on how to deal with my emotions and, you know, whatever it is that I was going through and all of that. Okay, just handle things in a much better way, because what happens is that, I mean, what also happened with me was that because I was so young, I was, like I said, I was looking for an outlet. I didn't know who to really go to. I couldn't really talk to my mom. I mean, we had a good relationship, but we didn't have a relationship where I could sit and talk to her. But yeah, just you look for an outlet in all the wrong places. Then you start dating these guys, and then you start drinking, and then, you know, and all of these things that actually are not even beneficial to you in the long run. Because like I said, a lot of these things that we end up entertaining while we're hurting, it just breaks us even more. It prolongs our healing for that matter, you know. But yeah, man, go to therapy. Go to therapy. If there is something that you are uncomfortable talking to your parents about, whatever it is, please talk to them about going to therapy. I go to therapy now, and it has definitely saved my life so much. It's as if I actually have a new set of eyes. Like, the way that I see things now and the way that I used to see things back then, I just like, wait, what? My vision was so cloudy. I just wasn't seeing bra. But yes, another lesson or something else that I would tell my younger self, I'm almost done, is to have a healthy relationship with money. Okay, have a healthy relationship with money, or build, actually, not even have, build and maintain a healthy relationship with money. This has definitely cost me a lot. Opening accounts that I didn't have to. Well, you know, my friends are doing it, so let me do it. You know, but we've definitely learned. We've corrected the mistakes. You know, but I would definitely tell her to just build and maintain a healthy relationship with money. You just end up entangling yourself in just unnecessary debt that you don't need to, especially at a very young age. But yes, I think also maybe the school system can look into actually educating, especially the Black community, educating our people on how to have a much better and healthier relationship with money, because whether we like to admit it or not, a lot of us actually don't. Okay, and I think that's why I'm actually appreciating Woven's financial videos or financial advice videos that she's actually doing, or posts that she does on her Instagram, because she's definitely helping the girl child out there on how to better manage your money. Okay, I'm in a more better space right now. I'm telling you, I've come such a long way, but that is definitely something I would tell myself. Another thing that I would tell myself, second last actually, that would be to invest more in my education. We are righting the wrongs, yes, but I definitely wish that I did this sooner or just earlier. I mean, you can do this at any age, you can go back to school at any age, it really doesn't matter. But I wish that there are just certain things that I did differently, especially when it comes to my education. Okay, so the last thing that I would tell myself is that everything is going to be okay. I think for a very long time, it's a question that I always ask God, why me? When a lot of the things would happen in my life, I would always ask him, why me? Like, what have I actually done to always be going through this? I even used to ask him if I'm ever going to catch a break, if I'm going to catch a break, or if things are actually going to be okay for me. I can definitely look back and comfort that young girl and tell her that everything is going to be all right. And I mean, life is like a puzzle, man. You have all these pieces that you have to put together to put this big picture together, whatever it is. And sometimes you see a puzzle and you kind of flip it around and you look at it, and then you look at the puzzle that you have and you're like, man, I'm not sure where you fit right now. I don't know where to place you right now. And one day it's just like, oh my gosh, wait, that puzzle that wait, this is exactly where it fits, you understand? So that's just how the wheel of life goes, I suppose. Everything will eventually fall into place, everything will eventually make sense. And if there's one thing that I can tell you right now, is that whatever it is that you are going through is not in vain. Trust and believe, it is not in vain. Okay, so I'm so sorry that this video was longer than I wanted it to be, but I would love to just continue this conversation with you in the comment section. Just let me know, what are some of the things that you would tell your younger self? Just give me three things that you would tell your younger self. What would those things be? Okay, but thank you so much, my loves. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, for constantly being supportive of me. I truly appreciate you. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm on my way to 500 subscribers, and very soon I'm going to be having the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. I've actually been working on stuff, and you guys are definitely going to be very, very excited about this one. But God's blessings be with you. Take really good care of yourselves. Go to therapy, okay? But take care of yourselves. I'm going to see you in my next video. I love you guys. You don't understand how happy and just so grateful I am to be back and just be in such a good space and being able to just be at peace and create content again. But either way, take really good care of yourself, because I talk too much and I'm not going to stop. From Shekwan to you, it is Uzozo Moya.